Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I'm going to discuss various text functions in MySQL, or we can say that MySQL string functions. Okay. So there are some built-in functions in any type of SQL database, and you are supposed to know that so that you can directly use those functions while querying the data. Okay. So there is a function called ASCII. Okay. So what this function does, this function returns ASCII value of character. Okay. So as we know, every character in computer has some number assigned. Okay. Or can be denoted by number. And that is what ASCII code we can say for a character. So each and every character. So what you can do, you can write ASCII, and then inside this function you are supposed to pass a character as an argument. Okay. And as we already seen what are the functions in SQL, so functions are used directly with select statements. So this is the way to call the functions. Okay. And if I execute this, we can see that we are getting output as a 65. So 65 is the ASCII value of capital A. This is how it works. If you put here Z, you will get ASCII value of Z. This is not about the letters only. Suppose if you put dot, definitely you will get something. A dot is indicated by 46. Like this, if you want to put the forward slash, yes, it is indicated by ASCII value of 47. So these are the functions. Okay. Next function is char length, meaning character length. Okay, char length. So this is the function. This function is used to return, okay, return the number of characters in string, in a text, or in a any of the cells. Okay, so we know how to use this function, how to call this function. So I will say char underscore char length. Okay, and you are supposed to pass a text here. So I will say Brahma. Okay, and if I execute this, you can see that it is giving me the number of characters. Okay, BRAMHA. Total 6 characters I have, so it gives me 6 as a output. Right. So this is how you can use this function. Either you can use char length or you can use character length. Both are going to give us the same result. Okay. So I would like to write like this: char length or character length. I think there is only function called length is also there. Let me see. Let me try. Yes, length is there. And if you use length function also, you will get the same result. So there are 3 functions which can be used to get the number of characters in any of the string. So I will say only length. So this is how functions are designed. Okay, built-in functions are created or already available in most of the databases. Okay. Then suppose if you like to join the 2 different string, or if you want to combine the text columns in SQL while querying the data. So you can use concat function. So in SQL, there is a concat function, and you can pass as many arguments as you want. So this is used to combine the text values, we can say yes. And I will say select, I would like to say concat. Okay. And if I use this, suppose if I pass webcam, comma, and if I pass is here, comma, then is a YouTube channel. Okay. Like this, I have passed three text to concat function. And let's see what output we are getting. So we are getting a combined result, right? We are getting all these three different text to be joined. Okay. But sometime you may like to have the separator. You sometimes you may wants to this text to be joined by using some separator. You would like to add some any other character or space in between these characters. So cannot concat function cannot be helpful. So in that case, you are supposed to use concat underscore ws. So meaning ws stands for with separator. And what you can do, you can say select concat ws, and I am going to copy this. Okay. But whenever you write or whenever you use this function concat ws, at very first place you are supposed to declare the separator, and then you can pass any number of strings. So what it will do, first string will be treated as a separator, and later on whatever will be there will be joined as an value. So now you can see that webchamp is YouTube channel like this. It has a space between webchamp and is an YouTube channel. Okay, so this is how it works. It is not necessary to have only space. Okay, you can add any other characters, that is also fine. Right. So any character can be used to join the string. So this is about concatenating the text. Then if you like to find the value between multiple columns, you can use field function. You can use field function. So FIELD used to find, or we can say that search value. Okay. Find or search value in different column values. Like this we can say. And what it is going to return, so it will return the number of index of value. So how it works, let's see. So there is a function called field. Yes. First, you have to specify what value you would like to find. Okay. And after that, by specifying the comma, you can pass any number of text, any number of columns. If you are query using this function in query, okay, you are supposed to pass the column. So I will say Deva, then Brahma, and then webchamp. Okay, let's try this, whether this is working or not, or whether we are getting output or not. And zero means there is no web matching with any of the field. Okay, now what I will do, I will add simply a web. Okay, now it will return the 4. So it will check for exact match. Okay, it is not going to check for the partial match. Okay, it is not going to check for the partial match. If exact match is there, it will return the index starting from 1, but from second arguments onwards. Okay, first value will be in the place of search. This is what we are going to search in next values. And as per the sequence, Deva is first, Brahma is second, WebChamp is third, and then Web is at fourth position. So this is how it works, in which column it found. So like this, if you want to build the logic, you can build. Then I will say build find in set is like this. There is one more function, a kind of similar function, find in set, but all the values to be placed inside single single double quote. Not necessary to separate the value like this. Double quote, then some text, comma, then again double quote. Instead of doing this, what you can do, you can mention all the values inside single. So what I will do, I will say web. Okay. And now all these values are separated by comma, should be mentioned here in only. You do not need to write double quote again and again for each of the word. So this is how it is going to work. It will give the same output. Sorry, the not filled. Find in set function is there. I'm going to use find in set function. Find in set. Okay, this is not going to work. This should work. Why this? Let me try in this way. It's been a long time. This function is not used. Okay. And if I try this, no. Whatever we have written earlier was correct. Something is missing here itself. Separated by comma. I think don't need to give the space. Right. The space is a matter here. Yes. So space is not allowed in the text. That is also treated as a character that will not be ignored. Okay, and because of the space, it was not matching. So it's very similar output like filled, but the argument type is different. Meaning, suppose if you have what we can say, you have a concatenated string, and if you want to find a single text into that string, then you can use this find in set function. Then select. Next function is a format function. Next function is a format function. Okay, so this function, format function, used with numbers to format this. Okay, and it will return the number with decimal places as mentioned. What I will do, I will say select, and here I will write 99 point. Okay, number of decimals I will give, and I will say I want only a 2 decimals. I want only a 2 decimals, and I will say format. Okay, so this is how function is written, and you can see that we are getting output up to 2 digits. So this is how we can change the number or decimal places using this. Then there is a function called insert. It works like replace. Okay, replace function you may know. It works like replace, and let's see how to work. So on very first place, you are supposed to write function name, and inside a bracket, you have to pass the argument. Okay. So let's say webchamp is training on SQL. Okay, this is how I have written a text, or I have a text. Okay, and I would like to replace this webchamp. Okay, this webchamp with another word. Okay. So in that case, what we can do, you are supposed to pass starting number. Okay. And since W is at my first position, I would like to replace the string. I would like to insert the string at a place of, okay, this webchamp. So I said replace from one. Then how many characters you are supposed to replace? So I will say insert for 8 characters in the string only. Okay. And what needs to be inserted? I will say Brahma. Okay. Now, if you look at output, Brahma is training on SQL. So this is how it works. This function works like replace function, but you are supposed to remember these arguments. First, what string to be replaced? Then what is the starting position of character from which it should get replaced? How many characters should be replaced? Suppose if I say 1, 1, okay, it will replace only W. It will replace only W. So this is how it works. This is how this function works. Now, suppose if you want to find out whether any specified text is exist or any specified character is exist in the string or not, in that case, there is an instr function. Okay, in string function. Okay, and this function is going to accept first argument as a string, and then str, okay, then string to be searched, string to be searched. Okay. So how this works? Let's see the output first, so that you will get a more clear picture. I will say in str. So now we will copy this text from this as an my searching. Okay. Now I would like to pass the argument as a SQL. Why? Because I would like to check whether SQL is exist in this or not. So in that case, this function is going to help us. And yes, if we get a positive result, meaning a number higher than 0, then we can say that the text, whatever we are trying to find, is exist in the text. Okay. Here you can specify if any column name. Here again you can specify any column name that is going to work. It will add a new column. Okay, since this is going to return a value while querying the data from table. Then if you want to change the format, you would like to convert your text into the lowercase or lower. So these two functions are going to return the same result. If I say show you select, and the lower function I am going to use. Okay, I will copy this text, and we can see that this text is not completely in smaller letters. But if I execute this, we can see the output that we are getting the entire text into small case, right? Or lower case, we can say. Now, if I execute this, so we are getting the same output. Similarly, we have two more functions to convert this text into upper character. Either we can say that upper or U case. Upper or U case. So you can write upper here and QCase. We will execute one by one to see the output. Now this text, entire text will be converted to capital block. Now, okay, you can see the output. We are getting text in lower or capital. But then lower. Suppose you have a text with, or you have a text and you would like to add some more character to that text. Then there is a function called lpad and rpad. Okay. So lpad, we will see what it will do. It will add new text to your existing text. Okay. How this works? I will say lpad. Whenever we use lpad, suppose I have a text called webcam. Okay. And if you say this function should return a 15 number of characters, but how many characters are there in webcam? So this has 8 characters, right? So 7 blank spaces are there. 7 blank spaces are there as per the new length, right? I think this will not execute, right? Because one more argument is missing. And if I pass hash as a character, so what it will do? It will fulfill the length of, or it will make the length of string to 15, and it will add hash to left side of webcam, means before webcam, for number of blank characters. We can put for number of blank characters. Okay. So now I will say select rpad now webcam 15, 16. Instead of, yes, we are using rpad. So it will rpad will add the characters to right side or after the text. Okay, this is how lpad and rpad works. Okay, then there are some functions like trim, ltrim, and rtrim. Okay, let's see how these three functions work. So basically, trim function is used to remove the white spaces around the text. And I will say trim. Okay. And what I will do, I will add text. But before adding text, I would like to add some spaces. Okay. And then I will say webcam. Even after that, I will add some blank spaces. Sometimes you may get a data, this kind of data from database. Okay. And if I execute, you can see that there is no space. And if I show you the length of this, so it will return length of this, it will return 8 characters. But in actual practice, okay, if I pick this without trim, then the length will be higher. Let's see what is the actual length and how it trims the space. Okay, so actual number of characters are 18. Out of that, by using trim, we removed these spaces before and after the text. And what we remaining is only a number of characters of, string of 8 character only. Okay, this is how it works. This is how it works. Since I used the length, it was giving me number output, otherwise it will give you the word. Similarly, we have a rtrim. If you want to remove the space from right side only, not from left side. So you can see that there is a space. Or if I try to get the length of these, get the length of these. So we can see that only 5 spaces from right sides are removed. Similarly, if we try to use L trim, it will remove the left side spaces, and then it will return the string. Okay, so output we will see, just you need to remove the length function, and output looks like this. So we can't see white spaces. That's the reason. It looks like there is only webcam, but it's not like that. We used length and all everything. If I try to see the output of this R3, we will see some spaces are there. Okay, so this is how these functions works. Now there are still few functions are remaining, like left, right, mid. Okay, so these functions are used to extract the characters from a string. Okay, what I will do, I will use first left side. Left function, what it will do, it will extract the left side of, or number of character from left side of text. So I will say webcam. Then you are supposed to pass how many characters you want from left side. So I said I want 3 characters only. So it will give me the web. Okay. Similarly, right function is going to work. It will return 5 characters from right side. Okay. And what is the use of mid? So mid function will return you middle characters. But what you supposed to do? So you supposed to mention this text, then you are supposed to pass starting position from which it should start the extraction. Okay, I will say from 4th character it should start, and then how many characters it should extract. So I will say 3 characters. So what it will do, it will extract chs, because c is my 4th character. Cha fulfill the arguments requirement. So we are getting the output as a cha. Okay, so this is how functions are there. Suppose if you want to repeat the string multiple times, so there is a function called repeat. So these functions are already there in Excel also, if you have a hands on Excel. So let's use repeat function. So we can repeat any string number of times. Okay, I will use the string called webchamp. I will give the comma, and I will say I would like to have this webcam 3 times. Okay, and I will say repeat. This is my function. And if I refresh this, you can see that webcam, webcam, webcam. We are getting a same text for multiple times. Multiple times. Okay. Now we have a function called replace also. We have a function called replace also. So replace, we know what to replace. We are supposed to mention, and it will change the text. Okay. So what I will do, I will say select, then I will say replace. Okay. Inside a replace, you are supposed to mention webchamp is training SQL. Okay. And as an argument, okay, this is your string, actual string. So next argument, what you need to do, you are supposed to pass what to replace. So I will say webcam. Webcam to be replaced to be with what text? So I will say deva. Okay, and we will get a replaced string, or we will get a new string as an output. Here you can see that deva is training SQL. So like this, we have a function. Suppose if you like to reverse this string, if you like to reverse this string. Yes, you can do that also. For that reason, there is a reverse function. Okay, let me say select reverse and try to execute this. And if I try to execute this, you can see that entire string is reversed. Okay. So this is how functions, built-in functions are there in MySQL. To work with text type data or string type data. I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.